Hey artists, how do you like my new look? I'm using clips to make these cool things if you guys want to try it out. Before we get started this week, I have a breaking news announcement about how to post your work on Seesaw. Check it out and then we will get started. Alright everyone, I want to show you how to put your posts in the correct place when you get onto Seesaw, because what I'm finding is a lot of kids are posting their work on the journal right here rather than in the activities section. So when you first get into Seesaw, instead of hitting this, you're going to look for the activities, the light bulb. So right now we're all in the journal and you all start in the journal. I'm going to click on the activities section. Okay, from here, now I can see all the activities that Mrs. Snyder has posted. I'm going to hit the green bar that says add response. Okay, when I do that, you might have to check your name. So I'm going to select my name. And then most of the work we've done so far says that we need to, and remember the instructions are up here at the top, says I need to add a photo. So I'm going to pretend, that this is a photo of my artwork. I'm going to take a really good close-up photo of my artwork. That's a good one. And then I hit the green check mark. And it will upload. I'll know I have it in the activities section if at the top it says in response to. If you don't have that bar, you don't have it posted in the activities section, and that's where it needs to be. Now when I go to my journal, it should be there. Okay, so I should see it when I click on my name. Your activities that you have posted should say in response to whatever the activity is that Mrs. Snyder wants you to do. So we're going to be creating mandalas this week. We're going to be using the element of line, the most simple element of art, to create these mandalas that start in the middle and have something that we call radial symmetry. So going out from the middle and being the same on every side. Notice all the different lines that create shapes that create these beautiful circular images. Mandala or mandala is a Sanskrit word meaning circle. And many Buddhist monks create these beautiful mandalas out of sand, little pieces of colored sand. Remember, there's always a central shape, and then it rotates out from the center. These Buddhist monks use these mandalas as like a meditative state. It's relaxing to be able to create something, starts in the middle and goes out. Imagine placing all of those tiny grains of sand to create this image. But at the end of creating this beautiful mandala, they sweep all the grains of sand away, kind of representing life itself and this coronavirus situation where nothing is permanent. Things will go back to normal. When they finish with sweeping away all the bits of sand, they go put the pieces of sand in a river. It's kind of like the circle of life, returning the sand to where it belongs. Alright, so let's try it. You will need a piece of paper, just regular printer paper, lined paper, whatever. Pencil and a pair of scissors. We're all going to do this first part together, so grab your stuff and meet me right back here. mandalas are balanced and symmetrical, and they start in the center. So I'm going to start at this center point And you start to, and you're just going to make any shape that you want in the center. I'm going to choose a shape that already has symmetry, so all the sides the same. I'm just going to put a circle in the middle. Now, I'm going to try to do a good job making this symmetrical, but it's not going to be perfect. So just do your best putting a shape. It could be any shape. I could turn this into a flower. Now remember, later we can dress this up, make it more interesting. I already don't have a symmetrical flower there. That's kind of a problem. But here's what I'm going to do next. Now that I have my shape in the middle, I'm going to start working out from the center using these lines of symmetry to help me. So I can build a shape directly on this line. You know a lot about shapes, so just keep it simple at first. We could use, I'm using these lines as a guide to make a set of shapes that go all the way around. I can rotate my paper and that kind of helps me stay centered and balanced. So as I'm moving around the circle, I'm using those lines to help me draw shapes that radiate or go out from the center of my mandala. Remember, you don't have to make yours like mine. Yours can be whatever you want. This is just a practice, even though this could end up being our final one. So notice how those go all the way around on all of the lines of symmetry. Now maybe I decide that I want to make a shape that's in between each of the lines of symmetry. So now I'm going to just keep going up. So I can always go back later and add some really cool designs to these. Right now I'm just working on trying to make my shapes symmetrical. That one's not symmetrical. And going all the way around the outside of my mandala. I can keep going out and out and out, keep adding designs to my mandala so that it's radiating around that center point. I can always then go back and add some lines that connect some of these shapes. There's so much that you can do. If you wanted to add color, you want to use Sharpie and then add color. So think about how can you make this symmetrical? How can you make it kind of interesting? Maybe it even follows a theme. So that's option one. I want all of us just to get the idea of how to create a mandala starting from the beginning and using those lines of symmetry to help build to the outside. Option two involves making a found object mandala. So starting from the middle, finding objects that start from the middle and going out. Remember, you're trying to make symmetry. I found some kitchen objects and some toys, and I'm trying to complete that mandala going all the way around and then take a picture. Option three is finding a safe place outside to create a chalk mandala. Remember, you're starting with that shape in the middle and then working out. Being able to use color is really, really cool. These are some examples that I've found on the computer. But remember, make sure that you're working somewhere safe, not out on the road, and make sure that you are starting with that center shape and then rotating around your mandala so that you create something that has symmetry. The last option this week is to use Sketches Pro. Looks like this. Remember, if you don't know how to find it on your iPad, you can pull down with one finger, start typing Sketches Pro. There it is. Once you get in, there should be this plus sign here for a new image. I'm going to hit the plus sign. Down at the bottom, there is an icon that looks like a ruler. Do you see the ruler? It's this one right here. So I'm going to click the ruler, click the Symmetry Tool, and now I'm going to choose the Symmetry option that has the most lines of symmetry. This one here that looks like a snowflake, that's kind of what our paper looked like when we folded it. So now that I have that selected, just like before, I can choose a drawing tool. Remember, over in the corner, I can choose a color, and I can play around with creating shapes that have this radial symmetry. So I'm going to start in the middle, experiment with different thicknesses of line. I can change the color. Remember, this is meditative and relaxing. And I can keep adding to my mandala by changing the tools that I'm using. If I want to add color, do you see the A with all the dots? This guy right here. If I click that guy, choose one of these solid colors here, I can color in different parts. So play around with that idea. If you want to send this to Seesaw, up at the top there are 3 dots. If I touch the 3 dots and I hit upload, I should be able to directly upload this image to Seesaw.